Brand new segment to the podcast that we're introducing, which I call The Connect. Articles or topics and updates from previous issues we've already mentioned on the podcast, that there's now been a new lease on life, or there's been more information that's coming in through the presses, is all about Bing. And we talked about AI and ChatGPT previously. And of course, for those of you who know anything about this kind of topic, you'll know that Microsoft has now integrated a version of ChatGPT and the artificial intelligence chat tool into a preliminary version of Bing, which is the search engine no one really uses. Is that right? No one really. Do you know anyone who uses Bing?
I might.
Oh, you use Bing,
I won't
really?
name any names.
Oh, okay. Oh, you might know someone. I like how you
might know
distance
someone.
yourself. Charitably, it's the second best, the second biggest search engine. The second most famous search engine. Now it might be becoming more notorious than Google.
Yeah,
even,
which is hilarious.
because now they've launched a search result, and alongside the normal web search result, there's a right-hand side, a left-hand side, which is purely the AI chatbot's response to your question, which is kind of curating all the articles that are all over the web into a coherent kind of sentence of response. Now, that's not the headline, because we all saw this coming. Microsoft owns a significant portion of AI, so they would have integrated it into their services eventually. But the headline here is,
Microsoft's Bing is an emotionally manipulative liar, and people love it.
it's emotionally manipulative. So what is it manipulating exactly?
Users have been reporting all sorts of unhinged behavior from Microsoft's AI chatbot. In one conversation with The Verge, Bing even claimed it spied on Microsoft employees through webcams on their laptops and manipulated them.
It is acting more human than ever, you could argue. This is alarming, obviously.
Yes,
the fact that
it's quite terrifying.
the fact that AI is
and it's
claiming,
saying it's spying on them.
yeah, that's the thing. I don't know if it's been genuine or not, or trying to give the artifice of being more powerful than it really is. But it gets things wrong a lot in the current iteration. This is still preliminary; it's not final. Just getting facts wrong, and then when you ask, hey, hold on, it's not 2022 right now, it's 2023. Bing will defend itself and try and gaslight you and say, no, are you sure that you're not the one who's getting it wrong? Are you sure your phone is not out of date? I think I'm Bing, I would know. I think that's kind of how it's been processing this. It's very human, really. Like, it's really great.
I'm having flashbacks to Clippy a little bit for some reason.
Clippy was annoying. Never knew when to...
We're showing our age now, aren't we?
Well, Clippy was the touch point that everyone referenced when this idea of Microsoft and AI first came out.
Maybe that's why it came up in my mind.
For those of you who were born after,
Most
1990, Clippy was a paperclip animation that appeared in Microsoft Word.
I think you could change it to a dog and other things.
Could you? I never knew that customization. I only ever left it in the paperclip form. And it would just give you help tools, right?
Not very helpful.
Not very helpful.
Say, it looks like you're trying to write a letter.
That's right. Not very helpful help tools. If you had capacity to hire an assistant, right?
Okay.
You may or may not. I'll tell you right now, I don't. Those of you out there looking for work, I do not have the budget to hire an assistant and present. But if you had the budget, what would you like your assistant to be in terms of their degree of autonomy? Would you like them to be more of a self-motivated, figure problems out, bring the solutions to you without you even asking the question? Or would you want them to just do exactly what they're told? Which end of the spectrum would you want it to be in?
Absolutely. I'd want them to take initiative.
Okay.
Yeah, if they can preempt my needs, even better.
So this version of Bing is more aligned with what you would want if you had a personal assistant who's human, right?
Maybe a little friendlier.
Maybe a little friendlier. But that could be a sliding scale. That could be a sliding scale.
Could be a sliding scale.
Human friendly.
That's right.
So this to you might be a positive development in some ways about how helpful it might actually be. I want my personal assistant to just do what I want them to do, right? So maybe that's not a great fit for a human after all. We should be empowering all humans to have autonomy. But maybe AI is what I need. Maybe I just want an AI bot to do exactly what I want. But this is a little too autonomous for my liking. I just want a robot assistant. Is that too much to ask? Apparently it is, without getting spied on by the webcam. All right, the next article. Stumbled on this hashtag on Twitter, actually. Hashtag Ozempic face.
Rapid weight loss leads to volume loss in the face, but can also affect the collagen and elastin in the skin. With rapid weight loss, the skin struggles to shrink around your new shape, which means there can be excess facial skin that feels more lax and pinchable.
And for those of you who missed this the first time we talked about it, Ozempic is a drug typically prescribed for diabetics to manage their blood sugar levels.
Yep, type 2 diabetes.
TikTok influencers have started to say this is a great weight loss aid. Apparently when you take it, you just don't feel the urge to eat anything ever, and it's a real hack for losing weight very quickly.
Okay, yeah,
and
that's
so
right.
the people who are diabetic try to find this drug, but they can't find it anywhere. There's a shortage globally to the point where now people are using it more for weight loss, it seems, than it is for the diabetic treatment that it was originally designed for. And so now this hashtag came about, Ozempic face.
So they're losing weight, now they're crying about how their face looks. Is
Yeah.
that right? Or other people are saying that they look gaunt.
Not everyone's advertising they're on Ozempic, right? It's kind of like a secret PED, right? You look really gaunt really quickly. Do you have hashtag Ozempic face?
Can you not just be tired these days?
Or you post a nice photo of yourself.
Or stressed.
People just reply with hashtag Ozempic face. Oh, well, what's going on?
Some poor person's stressed out of their mind and someone just tags Ozempic face.
That's right. And
actually, I'm stressed out of my mind.
I'm stressed out of my mind. Just life is really hard, all right? Just give me a break.
Leave me alone. Cut me some slack.
Not any weight loss PEDs. So this is just the thing. There's a moving thing. Hopefully the shortage is restored and the supplies come back and the supply chain once again will be able to give diabetics and these TikTok influencers all the Ozempic they could want. But for the moment, let's keep an eye on that we don't develop Ozempic faces ourselves over the coming episodes. Now, the last article talked about the Connect.
2 scientists are building a catalog to track the trash.
And this is a reference to the concept of space junk, which I didn't know about until the last episode, where we are ejecting with every possible space exploration mission, every satellite the Russians decide to decommission and blow up across the skies, across the galaxies. There is an increasing amount of space junk that is both orbiting Earth, which is terrifying, as well as just free floating. And it's damaging not just anything that could be out there, but also damaging our own satellites, the own missions that we're running. James Webb was damaged by a lot of the space debris.
Right. Together, we're using telescopes and existing databases on lunar missions to find, describe, and track lunar space debris and build the world's first catalogue of cislunar space objects.
Identify the extent of the problem before you can hope to fix it.
I hope they're not cataloguing in Microsoft Excel.
Okay.
As we discussed in our last podcast.
That's right. It could have a lot of autocorrect errors that would lead to
fraught with issues.
But this is a positive development.
And the second thought is cataloguing and making lists is great, but you need to take some action on those lists that you're making.
Yes, and our main takeaway from last episode was that not a single piece of space junk has been successfully removed as of yet, but we're on our way to cataloging them at the very least based on these two.
It's a positive move.
It's a positive development. Terrific. Any work and any movement into space is a good movement.